Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a vintage lingerie and sleepwear haul featuring some of my favorite vintage nightgowns as well as some new items that have that vintage look. I'll also share with you my favorite vintage inspired magazine. Alright, let's jump right in. I'll show you everything that I got. For those of you who are new, hello, my name is Laura and welcome to my channel. This is a vintage inspired fashion and lifestyle channel where I talk about all things vintage and I love to go thrifting. So if you enjoy those things, then please don't forget to hit the big red button below and subscribe. Alright, let's jump right in. I showed you this hot pink vintage house coat / nightgown a few weeks ago on a vintage haul, but it definitely fits into the category of vintage sleepwear, so I thought I'd show you again in case you missed. This one I picked up for $7.95 and I'm really attracted to the pleated sleeve frill detail as well as the frills on the collar. And there are no labels inside except this little one right along here, but it's so worn out. I can't tell who made it. But anyways, I don't know, I just love the color and I think it looks great for photos and I just feel like an old Hollywood glamazon wearing it. And it's actually really nice for spring and summer because it's pretty lightweight. The second item in my vintage nightgown collection is this cute little pink number. I like this one because it's knee length, so it's better for spring and summer. And I just find the little floral embroidery details on the front to be so darling and cute, and it has little lace inserts as well. And it has like 2 layers to it, as you can see right here. It is very delicate, so it can be difficult to wash, and there are a few holes in the back, but it wasn't very expensive. I think it was only $2, so I thought it would be a cute little collection. Oh, and this one is made in Montreal, Canada, so I know it is definitely a vintage brand, and it's called lovelies, so I'll have to look that up. That's really interesting. Yeah, so this is like a cute little summer one. And this is another little vintage nightgown. I love this kind of deep blue color. It's kind of an interesting blue. It's like a pastel-y, kind of chalky blue, but it's just so unique because I feel like I haven't seen a blue like this in a while. And I love the neckline with the frills on both sides and then the little bow. And again, this is kind of like a shift silhouette, maybe from the 1960s. It's knee length again and has little frills on the bottom of the hem as well. And I believe this one was under $10 and it's called St. Michael Nylon. It says it's made in Britain, so it's a British brand. I'll have to look that one up. And again, this is another one where you have to hand wash. So all these are quite delicate. For the most part, I don't always use them because I feel like they're kind of just a part of my collection that I like to keep just to have, if that makes any sense, because I don't really want to wreck them. Especially this one because it's in very good condition and doesn't have any holes like the other one. And last but not least is this 2-piece yellow set. This is the newest addition to my vintage nightgown collection. And this one has these beautiful like silk hems at the sleeves as well along the neckline, and this little rose bow detail closure in the housecoat part, as well as the little rose silk bow detail in the front. And this one is about knee length again, and it's that popular shift silhouette. It looks like it's made with the same fabric as the other one. It's kind of layered as well. I'm just going to check inside and see if there's any brands or mentioning of where it's made. So this one is Linda under Lovelies. It doesn't say where it's made. I'm still really curious because I always like to find out if things are made in Canada or the United States or Britain. And I believe this one doesn't have anything inside, but I'm guessing it is 1950s or 60s again. Let me know what you think and if you have any of these, because I'm always curious to the exact time period, but that's what I'm thinking. It kind of reminds me of something from Mad Men. I also have a few new items that have that vintage look that I have added to my collection, so I'll show you those. This one is this kind of, it's like a velvety housecoat robe from Emmy Designs. They are a Swedish brand and I just love this housecoat because it's so glamorous and it totally reminds me of an old Hollywood movie, and it looks amazing in photos. It is a floor length housecoat and it has this beautiful pleated detail along the collar and then a black bow around the waist, and it just has that old Hollywood glam look to it and you feel so put together when you wear it around the house. And I love to collect sleep masks, and I have 2 ones that look very vintage This one is definitely a Breakfast at Tiffany's replica. It has the little lashes and gold detailing. These are all handmade from an Etsy shop that I will link below. And here is another cute one. It has the lashes and the eyebrows, and I just love them. I use them for my photos and flat lays. I know this sounds funny, but I feel like a lot of my things I keep just as a kind of prop or a part of my collection. I treat lots of these items as if it were a museum, and I keep them safe and clean, and I just like to preserve them and look at them, if that makes any sense. I also recently discovered this new magazine. It's a vintage inspired magazine called Marjorie Magazine, and I love to read this magazine before I go to bed. They feature different vintage inspired bloggers, and there's just lots of unique articles in here that you wouldn't find in your typical magazine. So if you've never heard of this magazine and love vintage, I highly recommend checking out Marjorie Magazine. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my vintage lingerie and sleepwear haul. If this is something that you liked, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more like this. Alright, talk to you again soon. Bye!